notable performances in this game today, but it was one man who stole the show. Travis Head for 137 of just 120 balls, 15 fours and 4 sixes, is the man of the match in the World Cup final. Well, the next award is for the player of the tournament. And the jury for this award comprised of Mr. Ian Bishop from the ICC TV commentary team, Ms. Cass Naidu, also from the ICC TV commentary team, Mr. Shane Watson, the same from the ICC television commentary team, Mr. Sunil Vaidya, sports journalist, and Mr. Wasim Khan, ICC General Manager Cricket. And for his outstanding performance right through the World Cup, the player of the tournament, for being the most consistent player, Virat Kohli. 765 runs and 300s marking his tournament. He collects the award from Mr. Roger Binny, the president of the BCCI. They may have come second best today, but congratulations to India for their part in this tournament. They've been superb and have added a lot to the event. May I now invite the Indian team to come up to collect their medals from Mr. Jay Shah, the Honorary Secretary of the BCCI. We start with Ravichandran Ashwin. Mr. Jasprit Bumrah. Mr. Shubman Gill. Shreyas Iyer. Ravindra Jadeja. Ishan Kishan. Virat Kohli. Prasid Krishna. KL Rahul. Another man who's had an outstanding tournament, Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Siraj. And Shami. Shardul Thakur. Kuldeep Yadav. Surya Kumar Yadav. And the captain, Rohit Sharma. But I'd like to ask Rohit, come up please. Well, Rohit, tough luck. You can hold your head high with the way you played, but on the given day, Australia were too good.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, the result has not gone our way. Obviously, we know that we were not good enough today. But again, I think really proud of the team, how we played from game one. Just wasn't our day. We tried everything we could from our side. But yeah, wasn't supposed to be.
240 you got. What do you think was par for the course then?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, 20-30 more would have been good. We spoke around 25-30 overs when KL and Virat were batting. I thought, when they were batting, they were stitching a good partnership there. And then we just needed to bat as long as possible. We were looking at 270, 280 at that point, but then we kept losing wicket. We couldn't stitch a big partnership there. And that's exactly what Australia did to win the game. They stitched a big partnership after that 3 wickets.
47 for 3, you had Australia. What was going through your mind at that stage?
No, look, obviously that was the plan. When you have 240 on the board, you want to take wickets as early as possible, and we did that. But then again, credit to those two guys in the middle, Travis Head and Manas. They stitched a big partnership and put us completely out of the game for us. But again, we tried everything we could. But I thought the wicket got slightly better to bat under the lights.
I was coming to that. Thoughts of the pitch. It was slow first up, and then in the last 20 overs or so when Australia batted, came on nicely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew under the lights it would be slightly better, but again, don't want to give that as an excuse. We didn't bat well enough to put enough runs on the board, and then with the seamers up front, we got those 3 wickets where we thought, another wicket there, we can open up the game. But again, credit to those two guys in the middle for stitching that big partnership.
Well, you can hold your head high. Rohit, it's been an outstanding 1.5 months. You guys have played fantastic cricket, and some of your boys have been simply outstanding. Tough luck today.
Thank you.
Well, Rohit Sharma, captain of the Indian team. And I'd now like to ask the victorious Australian team to come up and receive their medals from Mr. Greg Bartley, the ICC chairman. We start with Sean Abbott. Mr. Alex Carey.
Alex Carey को तो सबसे छोटो
Mr. Cameron Green.
सब गोल्ड मेडल खेलते
Josh Hazelwood. Travis Head. Josh Inglis. Manas Labuschagne. Mitchell Marsh. Glenn Maxwell. Steve Smith. Mitchell Stark. Marcus Stoinis. David Warner. Adam Zampa. Adam Zampa. And the captain, Pat Cummins. I'd now like to ask Pat Cummins to come and have a chat, please. Pat, you'll be chuffed to bits with the way your boys played, just rose to the occasion on the big day.
Yeah, that's it. I think we saved our best for last, and yeah, a couple of big match players stood up, and yeah, we're pretty chuffed.
Brave decision at the toss. You seemed pretty confident when you said you wanted to field first.
Yeah, we're tossing it up. We've been batting first pretty much for the whole tournament. Today we thought, it was a good night to chase down. We thought it might actually get a little bit easier to play, and everyone was pretty keen to get out there.
What do you make of the pitch when you started bowling, the pace of the track?
It was a bit slower than I thought. Didn't particularly spin probably as much as we thought either. And I thought everyone adjusted pretty well and bowled some tight lines.
When you came into bowl, you were the first bowler who adjusted your lengths. You brought it back and hit the deck.
Yeah, on a slow wicket like that, there's pretty variable bounce. So we thought a couple of catches on the leg side. Yeah, you've got to score runs in ODI cricket, so put a few catches there, make them make a couple of decisions.
As a captain, you would have been delighted with the way your guys fielded in that first 1 hour of play. They were desperate and they were brilliant.
Yeah, desperate for sure. I think it all started last week against South Africa. The boys are fantastic. And yeah, we've got an ageing side, but everyone still throws himself around in the game when you've got a big stadium like this pack.
What were you happy restricted in India to? In the end, it was 240.
Yeah, really chuffed with 240. I think probably anything under 300 really. I thought 300 might have been tough but achievable on that wicket, so we were really happy with 240.
Now to win a World Cup final, you got to show character, and at 47 for 3, there might have been a few, your hearts fluttering there, but that partnership was magnificent.
Yeah, I was one of those blokes with the hearts fluttering upstairs. I was pacing. Magnificent. Marnus walked in and he had a cool head straight away, and Trav just does what he does. Really brave again. He takes the game on, puts the pressure back on the bowlers, and to do it on the biggest stage, shows a lot of character.
No, but when you look at Travis Head, he missed the first half of the tournament. He comes in, gets 100, and he finishes off with 100, and in blazing fashion on a big stage.
Oh, amazing. And I think the unheralded few. The selectors that backed him in, even when he's had a broken hand, and the medical team to get him back. It was a big risk that we took, and it paid off. And you couldn't be happy for Trav. He's a legend. We love him, and how fun is he to watch?
Now, this is probably the biggest crowd we've seen for an international match, and it happened to be a World Cup final, close to 125,000 people. What did it feel like?
It was awesome. I must say. I was pretty happy they were silent for a lot of the bowling innings. A couple of times they got loud and it was really loud, but fantastic. The passion in India is unrivaled around the world, and I think it's amazing that every single person's wearing the blue shirt. So you look around and it's a pretty special moment. One that whatever the result happened, we're never going to forget a day like today.
Now, what did you tell your boys? You lost the first 2 games, and then to bounce back and recover in the manner you have, winning 9 on the trot. What was the message sent after those 2 games?
You've got to go and win a World Cup. You just can't wait for it to happen. And I think you've got to be brave at times. You've got to take the game on. And there was a real shift after those first 2 games. With our batting particularly, you saw the openers going really aggressive. And that pretty much didn't waver from that for the rest of the tournament. And it was total buy-in from everyone, and in the end it worked.
It's a great 6 months for you. World Test Championship, now the World Cup.
Oh yeah, crazy. This year will be a year we remember for a long, long time. It's been awesome. It's been pretty much spent the whole Aussie winter away overseas playing, but we've had a lot of success, and this pips it all. This is top of the mountain.
Well, Pat, thanks a lot. Hang in there. Well, now it's the opportunity to call the Honourable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, onto the stage, please. And we'll also invite Mr. Richard Marles, the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. So the Honourable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, and Mr. Richard Marles, the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. Well, thank you, Pat. I'd now now request you to go and collect the World Cup from the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. And congratulations to Australia. And it's many congratulations to Australia.
What a proud moment for Pat Cummins as he waits for.
What a moment for Australia. What a campaign. What a year for Pat Cummins. A near perfect game after what in his own words he described really wasn't the best campaign, but on the big day when you show up and you perform with extraordinary people watching you and you bring out your DNA of being world champions and you do it for the sixth time. In 1987, they won it for their first title, their first title right here on Indian shores, and they have done it again. We've got a full pack analyst with us here on Jindal Panther Cricket Live, powered by Amal. But first and foremost, I will go to Aaron Finch, our world champion in the house. This is a huge moment, Finchy, for Australia, for Australian cricket, but also a huge moment for Pat Cummins. That's 2 ICC titles for him this year. Was it not the near-perfect campaign, but the near-perfect final for you?
Yeah, it's about peaking at the right time, and Australia certainly did that. And between Pat Cummins and Andrew McDonald, they need to take a lot of credit for that. The way that group has stayed together for quite a while now, to have a long campaign of the World Test Championship, the Ashes, a lot of the players are still the same. You can see what it means to all of them. To save your best for last and play an almost perfect game was remarkable. It started with the ball. It was backed up in the field where they were unbelievable in the semi-final and the final. Then Travis Head, what about that for a knock?
Oh, that was a stage to come to the party. Sunny G, look at this group here. It's essentially a core group that has won you a T20 World Cup, that has won you a World Test Championship, and that has won you now a one-day World Cup. Should we be talking about Australian domination again?
We should be, because of the way they've been playing. Look at the way they don't forget they retained the Ashes as well before they came for the World Cup. So they've really had an outstanding season, starting with the World Test Championship, then the Ashes series, and now winning the World Cup. So they certainly look as if they're going to be a dominant team again, but probably not as dominant as they were in, say, the late 90s and the early 2000s. Where they were winning just about every game. Pretty much like the West Indies of the 1970s and 1980s, winning just about everything. Now I think there are a couple of teams which are giving them a fight. England, for example, in the Ashes, gave them a real close run. Then India is another team which will give them a close run, and South Africa is coming good as well.
Australia world champions for the 6th time. That's a record that is incredible. You look at some of the moments that you've seen from them in this World Cup campaign. Travis Head, as you mentioned, Pat Cummins has been extraordinary today himself as well. That too as a captain. And Glenn Maxwell's double 100, the innings of a lifetime. It gets you that world trophy. We'll talk about it more. What a moment for Australia, and I just got to applaud the fans as well because they're still here. They've applauded both teams. They've taken their moments. There must have been a lot of heartbreak. There is a lot of emotions when you see the Indian team and you've seen the entire campaign. And a lot of that, let me ask the 2 Mumbai boys, for a Mumbaiker who's led your nation now in a World Cup, and that too in a final for Rohit Sharma.